Hello everyone, welcome into the Coach KJ Carousel Dynasty as we finally take over as a head coach here at the University of Florida in Gainesville, Florida. This right here is an exciting time to be a Gators fan. We all know Coach KJ is going to put in all the work to be able to lead the Gators back to the promised land, and hopefully this is going to be a match made in heaven as we have Oregon State to open up this season, and Florida's going to come in unranked. They're down in the 70s starting this year. They don't expect much out of us. Meanwhile, Oregon State's up to number 22, so this is going to be a pretty tough matchup. Oregon State in real life just dominated Florida in the bowl game, and that's why I wanted them to open up our season. We just want a little bit of payback versus them. They dominated us in real life. As the kick is away and the season's officially underway, Coach KJ is a head coach. Let's see what Kimber can do on the return here. Not a whole lot. He gets taken down at about the 21-yard line, and this is the graphic showing Coach KJ here in the swamp for the first time as the head coach of the Florida Gators. We have some rebuilding to do with Coach Billy Napier doing a little bit to stock this shelf, as quarterback Jake Garola is one of his guys, as Montrell Johnson is in the backfield as Garola pulls it and takes it for a 3-yard carry. He has some dual threat ability. I wouldn't say that he is an electric runner, but he's going to be able to do enough to provide some great gains for us as he checks it down to Malik Mega, who came over from Penn State and joined us here at Florida. That's his first reception as a Gator, and then look at this gap up the middle that Montrell Johnson just had. He took that one for an 11-yard carry and another Gator first down. So we go right back to him, and this time he gets blown up for a big loss of 3. Oregon State sent a good blitz, and that stopped us. So on 2nd and 13, we hand it to Montrell Johnson again. He's only able to get 1 yard back, so we have a long 3rd and 12 as Garola's in the pocket, and he's going to throw it out there. That's our man from Penn State, Harrison Wallace III. I am so excited about him joining us here at Florida. I think he's going to be able to make a big impact for us, and he is going to be one of our top receivers. He starts along with Xavier Henderson and Malik Mega, so he's going to be a big impact player for us, and I look forward to showcasing him here at Florida. Now the guy throwing him the ball is going to be Jack Garola. He is a sophomore quarterback and a former 4-star out of North Miami, Florida. He is a pretty solid quarterback at an 84 overall, and we look forward to being able to showcase him and develop him, as I think we'll be able to keep him around for both seasons that he has remaining. Now this is a big 3rd and 5, and Garola takes a sack. That is a worst case scenario for us as we are forced to line up and settle for a field goal. We hit it, and it's 3-0 as Adam Mahalik hits that. Oregon State's going to take over with QB DJ Uiagalelei, handing it off to Damian Martinez for just a 2-yard gain. So on 2nd down, Uiagalelei is looking to pass it, and he finds Milborn out there. He goes out of bounds, so it's a big 3rd and 5. This Florida defense is probably strongest up front if I had to guess on the D-line, specifically at defensive tackle, where we have 3 impact players, I would say, overall, and that's a good situation to have, as that's how you affect most quarterbacks. I'm okay with that, and I think we'll be able to develop some good D linemen here at the University of Florida as Uiagalelei goes deep and finds Anthony Gold. That's going to be a touchdown, 34 yards. What a big play from Uiagalelei. That's the type of throw that makes you think he could be an NFL quarterback someday, and why everybody at Clemson was so excited for him when he took over for Trevor Lawrence. We'll see as we take back over and hand it to Montrell Johnson on 2nd down, and he's going to go up the middle and get the first down with a pickup of 4. That's a solid carry. We like to see that. So we go right back and run play action off of him and take a shot deep. However, he overthrew Harrison Wallace III. Had Jack Garola put that on the money, that would have been a touchdown to Harrison Wallace III. Xavier Henderson will get us the first down there, though, with a 14-yard pickup. As we go ahead and hand it to Montrell Johnson, he has a nice little spin move and picks up 7. He checks out, and Trevor Etienne checks into the game, and he's going to pick up the first down for us on a 9-yard carry. Trevor Etienne's the younger brother of Travis Etienne, the halfback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are really excited about him, and he had a solid freshman year in real life and a solid year in the game. As we go deep for the end zone, and that's Harrison Wallace III getting the 27-yard touchdown reception from Jack Garola. We retake the lead here 10-7. What a beautiful throw and what a beautiful catch. Uiagalelei and Oregon State take over. He's looking to pass it, and he throws it to Gold out there in the flats. He's going to take that for an 8-yard gain. If he'd have put some mustard behind that throw, though, that could have went for more yardage as it kind of rainbowed in there to Gold. That one, though, he puts on the money to Jake Overton for a 21-yard pickup for Oregon State. And then on the next play, down goes DJ Uiagalelei. That is number 15 Derek Wingo with the tackle there as Gold goes in motion and Ungulale hands it to him. He's got an edge over there. However, he gets knocked to the ground by our safety coming down and making the play as they hand it to Martinez on this big 3rd and 17, and Kamari Wilson takes him down. That's one of our top defenders right there. He's also only a junior as we go to Harrison Wallace the third on the first play, and look at that step back. And he almost got a spin off too as the first quarter comes to an end. Florida has the ball and they're already leading 10-7 in this one. Harrison Wallace the third and Malik Mega have made an impact. However, I'd say it's probably been Montrell Johnson who's been most impressive so far in this one as we go to Trevor Etienne for a 1-yard loss, bringing up a 3rd and 4 that Garola's going to run play action and look to pass it. He goes down the field. However, he didn't get enough loft. If he would have gotten more, he'd have had Harrison Wallace the third as the Oregon State Beavers take over and Ungulale tucks it and runs it for 3. 2nd and 7 now. Ungulale looking to pass and we sent a corner blitz and he was able to hit Milborn right behind it. That was a 15-yard gain. Ungulale tucks it and runs again. He's not the greatest runner, however, he's been pretty good so far, picking up 6 on that one. Now it's 2nd and 4 and Ungulale feeling a little bit of pressure, finds a wide open Gold down the middle of the field for 17 yards. Ungulale is playing with a lot of confidence today and the Beavers are playing well as Martinez gets that carry, but he has nowhere to go. So they come out in the Wildcat and they're going to let Martinez pass it. However, that should have been picked off by our top cornerback, Jordan Young. So that brings up a big 3rd and 10 and now Ungulale is forced to try to throw a screen that was not there and that's an incompletion. They end up punting it back to the Gators as we go to ETN to open up this one for a 7-yard gain. We are going to rotate carries between ETN and Montrell Johnson. I just think they're both really good and they have something to provide us as ETN goes for 9 yards. I think he's a little bit more of the home run hitter. We'll have to see how it all plays out as Malik Mega makes that catch. That's going to be a 10-yard reception and a 1st down. We're happy to see our Penn State guys step up. ETN gets the carry here up the middle and he has a big gap for a 10-yard gain. They're going to call it 2nd and inches and we come out and run play action off of him. Now it's time to take a shot and that's Harrison Wallace the third making the catch, shaking off that first tackler and going for 36 yards. So Garola pulls it on the read option and he's gonna not quite get in. Now he's down to the 1-yard line and then we do give it to ETN and he gets his touchdown. Florida extends their lead up to 17-7. 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. The Gators are finally starting to put a little bit of space. Now we take a look at the Beavers star players and how they're doing. Ungulale's been really good, 7-8 for 112 yards and a touchdown. He's been great as he finds Martinez here. That's going to be a 6-yard pickup. Beavers in the gun with Martinez next to him. Looks like Ungulale steps up and he hits Gold. That's his 4th reception of the game already. He's been really good as they go to Martinez on 3rd and inches and we stuff him. What a huge play by Shamar James. That is exactly what we need from our veteran outside linebacker. As we go to Montrell Johnson to open up this drive and he runs through a guy and picks up 10 yards. So on 2nd down, Garola's looking to pass it and he throws it out there to a wide open Xavier Henderson. That's another Gators 1st down. We are moving the ball well here and now it's time to run some play action and Garola's going to run to the left and he finds Malik Mega for a 17-yard gain and another Gators 1st down. We have a minute 32 to score here before halftime as we find Harrison Wallace the third who breaks a tackle and he's down to the 5-yard line. That's a 17-yard pickup. Now we need to drain the clock and not score too quick, but Montrell Johnson goes in for 6. That's 24-7 Florida. We're pulling away as we approach halftime. This right here has been a dominant showing by our offense to open up Coach KJ's time here at Florida. That's exactly what Florida needed, was an injection of life on their offense as Ungulale is looking to pass it here and he ends up checking it down to Martinez, bringing up a 3rd and 5 and they just drain the clock. So this is going to be it as we get ready to head towards halftime as they pick up the 1st down and they're really not going to be able to do too much as they approach halftime, but Ungulale is going to throw it and probably toss up a Hail Mary and he's going to get it down there near about the 5-yard line. That could be a huge play. However, that does not result in points. We knock it down. It is 24-7 as we head into halftime. Florida's dominating and looking fantastic against number 22 Oregon State. This is exactly what Coach KJ needed to open his time here at Florida. It was just an injection of excitement like Billy Napier did against Utah just last year in real life. Now, looking at the stats at halftime, it's been all Florida. Their offense is over 130 yards better than Oregon State's. You know, the big thing here is there hasn't been any turnovers in this game, and if you've watched any of my Coach KJ series, we've had a bit of a struggle with turnovers, so it's great to see us do well to open it up. We've also been in control of the ball so far as we have doubled up Oregon State's time of possession. We've been just dominant on offense. That's basically what I've seen, and everything Coach KJ did at Penn State's translated so far over here to Florida as Oregon State opens up the second half with the ball and Martinez gets the carry and he's going to take that for a big gain as he shakes off a tackler. That's 21 yards out to about the 46-yard line. Now they send a man in motion over here to the right. That's their tight end. Ungalale looks like he's adjusting the play, and now he's going to pass it on this one, and he finds Gold wide open. That's a 9-yard reception. He's up to just past midfield as Martinez gets the carry and loses 3. What a great play right there by Rylan Powell, our defensive end. Now Ungalale is forced to pass it, and he's going to go to the sideline, and that's a first down on a beautiful throw by DJ. And now he's in the gun by himself, and he's going to run a QB draw. He only ends up picking up 1. That wasn't really that effective as Bolden comes in motion. Ungalale is going to run some play action and look to throw it to the end zone. That one is intercepted by Kamari Wilson. What a great play. He threw that into double coverage to Gold, and Wilson came down with it and muscled for the ball, so the Gators will take over at 20-yard line. Wonderful play as Montrell Johnson makes a few guys miss and pick up 9 on that play. In the guns, Corolla looking to pass this one, and he finds Harrison Wallace, the third, wide open. He's out to the 39-yard line, and Garolla's again going to pass it as this is an air raid type offense. However, that one was put in a dangerous spot and nearly picked off. 2nd and 10 in the pistol formation. Garolla pulls it on a read option. He's going to pick up the first down, but look at that spin move. He picks up much more. What a beautiful play by our quarterback. That was a 23-yard run. We got to show the replay as he spun around number 10 there. He almost hit the step back for more yards. That was fantastic right there. Montrell Johnson gets the carry on the next play, and he only goes for 1 as we line up in the pistol. Garolla looking to pass it. He finds Malik Mega. That's going to be an 8-yard pickup down to the 29-yard line. Now it's 3rd down, and we find Xavier Henderson for 9 yards and a Gator first down. We're keeping this drive alive, and we hand it to Montrell Johnson, and he runs through another guy, and that ends up being a 14-yard carry, setting the Gators up with a big 1st and goal. Garolla in the pistol is going to pull it on a read option. However, that was the wrong read. He only ends up picking up 2. So on 2nd and goal, we're looking to pass it, and we check it down to Xavier Henderson, who spins and can't quite get in. So we go to Montrell Johnson on the next play, and he does a little jump move and gets into the end zone. Touchdown Gators. This is going to be a 31-7 game. Gators are blowing them out as Penn State gets a rematch against USC to open up this season for, well, it's their 2nd game of the season, and they're leading right now, which would be huge for them. Even though I no longer coach there, I still got a pull for him as DJ threw that one into coverage, and Devin Moore knocked it down. That could have been intercepted. So on 2nd down, he checks it down to Bolden, who's going to get out to the 30-yard line on a 5-yard pickup. So it's a big 3rd down for the Beavers, and they need to convert this, and they do. They find Overman for a 10-yard pickup. Ungalale looking to pass it here. He ends up firing it out there to Gold, who drops it after he got rocked by Jordan Young on that play. Ungalale then hands it to Martinez on 2nd down, and he ran through Avery Helm. However, Rylan Powell took him down, and that was not actually Avery Helm. That was actually Pouncey on that one. As Shamar James takes down Bolden after 6 yards, we get the ball back following a punt, and we throw it to Harrison Wallace, the 3rd, to open our drive, and he does a nice little step back and goes for 25 yards and another Gators first down. ETN's checked into the game in the backfield, and he gets this carry. He ends up taking it for 9. He tries to spin and couldn't get through the guy. However, as the 3rd quarter comes to an end, it's 31-7 Florida. We are dominating Oregon State today. It has been an offensive showcase for Coach KJ, and he's showing why Florida hired him. We open the 4th quarter trying to pass the ball as Garolla goes deep down the field to Malik Mega, who breaks a tackle. He might get into the end zone on this one. He won't quite, though. He goes down at the 1-yard line following a 45-yard pickup. What a beautiful throw, and what a play by Malik Mega after making that catch. And Trevor Etienne walks into the end zone. It is now 38-7 Florida. The Gators are dominating and blowing out Oregon State. They are being embarrassed. That number 22 ranking is going to be long gone, and the Beavers are going to have to really regroup following this big beatdown. Ungalale's looking to pass this one, and he finds Gold down the middle of the field. He takes that out to about the 40-yard line and gains a first down as Ungalale goes underneath to Jack Velling for a 10-yard pickup, and almost a first down as they call it 2nd and inches. So Ungalale is going to pass it, and he throws it to the sideline. Silas Bolden makes the reception for a first down there. They send a man in motion here as Ungalale is lined up in the gun. He's going to pass it, and it looks like a screen out there to Martinez. It's actually blocked pretty well. However, he won't get the first down. That's still a 9-yard pickup on first down, though. So Ungalale is looking to throw it, and he finds Silas Bolden underneath, who's going to get 14 yards, and that's a pretty good play right there. The Beavers offense seems to be responding well as Ungalale is looking to pass, and he finds Newell underneath. That's the backup running back, setting up a 2nd and 9, and then he hands it to Newell, who actually has a crease up the middle and runs through a guy. He's down to the 1-yard line with an 11-yard rush, setting up a 1st and goal for Martinez, and he cannot get into the end zone. That is going to be number 94, Tyreek Sapp, on the tackle. Newell's in the game game next to Ungalale on 2nd and goal, and he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. It's been a long time since I've said that. It's 38-14. Gators still lead this one as they go ahead and kick it away. That is Kimber back on the return. He's going to take it from about the goal line or so, and he has a little bit of a crease over here to the left. He might be able to take this all the way, but they knock him out of bounds at the 44-yard line. What a fantastic return by our number 3 corner, Jalen Kimber. ETN got the carry to start this drive. He had nowhere to go. He only ended up picking up 1. So on 2nd down, we go straight back to Trevor Etienne, and he has a crease up the middle and spins to pick up a little bit more, setting up a 3rd and inches for him as he gets the carry and converts. Gators are across the 50-yard line, set up with 1st and 10. Garola looking to throw a screen to Etienne. However, that block was missed by Baber, our right tackle. So we end up with a 2nd and 16 following that 6-yard loss, and we decide to hand it to Trevor Etienne, and he picks up all that plus with a 9-yard carry, setting up a 3rd and 7 for Garola, who's forced to throw it, and he finds our top freshman recruit, David Hester. He is a wide receiver that's not going to see a whole lot of playing time right away. He was an athlete coming out, and he actually committed to us in the offseason while we were doing the recruiting. So that's great to see as Etienne gets the carry, and he's all the way down to the 26-yard line. He's showing that burst, and why I like to keep him in the game as Garola walks in for 6. Touchdown, Florida. 45-14 is your score right now with 2:22 left in this one. We'll have to see if Oregon State can respond at all. Ungalale is going to send a man in motion here, and that's going to be Tung, the guy in motion, getting the carry. He ends up picking up 2 on that play. Martinez is next to Ungalale on the next play, and he will get the carry and break 1, 2 tackles, 3 tackles, 4 tackles, and he couldn't break the 5th one as Shamar James finally took him down. That was a big carry for Martinez. Gold comes in motion and gets the handoff, and he's going to take that for 9 yards as Scooby Williams gets him to the ground, and Ungalale sends Velling in motion and hands it to him. This is a new wrinkle that they didn't show off earlier. I don't know why they didn't try it, as it's now 3rd and 1 for DJ, and he finds Silas Bolden down across midfield as the Beavers get another 1st down here. They are moving the ball pretty good here. It looks like the Gators defense is also playing it safe though, so it's pretty easy for them to move the ball as Ungalale tucks it and runs up the middle. That is Pouncey taking him down after a 12-yard pickup. We do have our backup defense in the game now as Overman goes in motion here, and Ungalale is going to run some triple option and pitch it out there to him. He has a crease over here on the left, and then he is taken down after 11. I thought he only picked up 10 on that play, but okay. Martinez is going to run the Wildcat and pick up 4 more yards for the Beavers. Ungalale checks back in at quarterback and hands it to Martinez straight up. He takes that for 3 yards, setting up a 3rd and 4 that ended the game. The clock ran out. The Gators won. They beat a top 25 team to begin Coach KJ's time here at the Gators. Jack Garola was your player of the week, of the game. He had a fantastic day. He only threw 1 touchdown, but he went 19 of 23 for 294 yards, and he completed 82% of his passes. He was highly efficient at quarterback. That's exactly the type of performance we're looking for. And on the ground, both of our running backs did fantastic. Trevor Etienne and Montrell Johnson. Through the air, though, it was our 2 men from Penn State that stepped up. It was Malik Mega and Harrison Wallace, the 3rd with big days. I'm happy about that. I'm really pulling for him and naturally want him to do great. I brought him with me, so they already know the offense and they should be smart and efficient. Now we're going to take a look at Oregon State's stats. You can see DJ actually was pretty good. He did throw that interception, but he didn't have a bad day overall. They just weren't quite efficient enough on the ground. I don't think they ran it quite enough, and every time they needed a big play, it seemed like they couldn't come through with it. Silas Bolden and Gold were both good for them at receiver. You got to give them guys a lot of credit. They just didn't seem to be able to make the big play. They made a lot of short plays, but they couldn't make the big ones down the field. As we're taking a look at their defense, they actually had a pretty solid day. I mean, if you look at just their stats, obviously we tore them apart. That's how we were able to get 45 points on the board. Jordan had a sack. We didn't have any turnovers. So you know what kind of miracle that is for me? Now we're going to take a look at the Heisman standings. Travion Henderson, of course, starts at the top. That's not shocking. He won the Heisman last year and didn't go pro. Trayshawn Ward's at number 2. Riley Brown at 3. DJ Dixon's at 4. Nick Singleton, our halfback from Penn State, is at 5. We got to pull for him. I hope he can come through and win it. That would be fantastic. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at top 25 polls, and Georgia leads the way currently with Penn State at number 2, Ohio State at 3, Washington at 4, Florida State at 5, 6 is TCU, 7 Oregon, 8 is USC, 9's Alabama, and 10's Miami. And you can see Penn State actually dominated USC 37-13 in their game. They pulled away in that one. It was fantastic to see, and I'm rooting for Penn State. I'm hoping that maybe I can get to the playoffs and beat them in the title game or something. As you can see, UTEP and North Carolina, along with Tennessee and UCLA, all moved into the top 25, as Ole Miss, North Texas, Oregon State, of course, and BYU dropped out of the top 25. Now we're going to take a look at Bo Pribula. This is him in his Arkansas uniform wearing number 9. He will wear wear both gloves like what he did, and he had a pretty solid first 2 games at Arkansas, throwing 4 touchdowns and a pick. He's got 205 yards, and he's got 64 yards on the ground, which is solid, and he added a touchdown. I showed him off because that's who we play next week. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to see Bo Pribula when I transferred him to Arkansas, but I'm glad that we get to. We have a pretty good advantage over them. I mean, we are a B+, they're a B-, so there's a gap. They are 1-1 on the season, and we are 1-0. Let's see what happens, and I'm excited to play him. But this is LDJ11. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'm out.
And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it.